Hello, hello, friends. Today I'm going to review for you a planner that I had never seen before, and the company was so kind to send me this planner to review on my channel. It is InkWELL. It is a bound planner. It is a weekly and monthly layout spread with a big focus on goals. So it's a really nice bound book. It has a nice feel. The only marking on the outside is on the back bottom where it's stamped in InkWELL right there. So I also love that she gives you 2 ribbons, because the way this bound book is laid out, I believe in a bound book calendar, you always need 2 ribbons. That's just me. All right, let's actually start in the beginning at the goals, and also I can see this planner being good for unisex, because I can see it being just as good for guys as gals. And it's really easy to just throw in a bag and go. It's not too heavy, not too big. 2017 calendar. Then she goes right into, like I said, this planner focuses on goals. So if that's your focus, but you still need a weekly and a monthly layout, I really like the way that she's done it. I really do. I've never had a planner like this before. 2017 theme, she gives you brainstorming room to come up with that. Then what is your theme for this year? What are your year's top goals? Then I love this idea. 2017 achievements in the boxes below. Write about your achievements right after they happen. Include enough detail to learn from your success so that you can make it happen again. Oh, I love that. I love that. How motivating is that? And to go right down right after you have an achievement. So that's kind of like for your year. Also, you guys, if you are hearing rain outside, we are having a huge rainstorm here in Texas right now. So I cannot block out all the rain. It is massive. So if you hear rain or thunder, that's what it's from. All right. She gives you your monthly spread next for January. It is very clean, minimal, leaves you room to do whatever you want on it. Then this is at the beginning of every single month. But you know what? Let's go to April, because that's the month we're in right now. And I just think that's more fun. So April, I had marked with a ribbon. I forgot that. April goals. Okay, so at the beginning of every month, you get this same 2-page spread. Sorry. What am I going to make happen this month? And then a box for anything you want. I love how it's not lined. To brainstorm, do a diagram, do a map, a chart, a doodle. Then every month you have a 30-day challenge. For the next 30 days, I want to make this happen because, and my plan of action is, then you have ticker boxes for the next 30 days. Months that have 31 have 31 days. And then I fully intend to commit myself to this for the next 30 days. You have a signature spot. So that's kind of good to look back on if you try not to keep your commitment. I really love this because this is a planner that is not just only a goals planner. It's like including goals in your normal planning. Then you have one of those for every month. For every week, you have this 2-page spread before the week starts. What are your goals for this week of April 3rd? Reflect and celebrate. I like that. And your review. How am I doing on my yearly goals, my monthly goals, last week's progress, and my 30-day challenge? That's a really good review at the beginning of every week. If you're going to make those goals and challenges yearly and monthly and weekly progress in a 30-day challenge, and you don't have anywhere to check on that to remind you to check it off and keep track, that wouldn't be good. So I love that. And I love the blank space. She also gives you this blank page with a quote on the top. And this quote is, what would you attempt to do if you knew you could not fail? And then she says, think about this question. What would you go after? Why would you go after that particular goal? What are some steps you could take to get there? Now, I might not necessarily want to use that page to answer her question each week. Sorry about that, guys. It's a different question each week. But you can use the page for whatever you want. It could be just your week to-do list. What needs to get done in that week? I am so sorry for bumping the camera, guys. And what are you gonna have to get done that week and where to fill it in? Okay, now we're to the weekly spread. This is her weekly spread. It's done like a lot of planners are done, with morning, noon, and night laid out. Or you can use the 3 boxes for anything you want. Just because they have those little words doesn't mean you have to use it. Just like that, I always say you have to make a planner your own and work for you. There could be 20 people that have the same planner and they are all going to use it in completely different ways. And that's the way it should be. For the weekend, you have Saturday and Sunday just as 2 big boxes. That's just your weekly outlook and the date at the top. Very minimal, nothing to distract you. So you can add in, use it however you like. I like that, just a white page minimally laid out. And then this is how it shows. After that week, you have your next week's goals page spread. And then you go into the next week. Then you have the next week's goals spread of April 17th. Then you go into that week, the next week's goals, then the weekly. Then you have a new month. And this is where you're going to have your monthly goals. So your May goals and your 30-day challenge or 31 days for May. And then you go into your next week with your next goals. And I love the 2 ribbons, so you can maybe mark the day you're in, and you can maybe mark like your monthly calendar that you're in. That would really help me. Let me show you at the end, there's a little pocket for if you need to keep some little notes. And there are some blank, completely blank pages back here, about 5 to write on. And then it just ends with your December outlook. What I love about this planner is the inclusion of goals so deeply in there that you're looking at them weekly. I never have looked at a planner like that. It is a sewn bound book, really nice. I don't see it coming apart or having any problems in that way. It feels really good in your hand. It has a good feel. Now, I want to compare it to the only other bound book I have, which is my Emily Ley Simplified Planner. So Emily Ley is a little bit smaller, a little bit shorter. And she's a teeny bit lighter because she has less pages, but not a huge amount. You can see the thickness. Emily Ley only comes with 1 marker. And InkWELL is a little thicker because they have all the goals. I have a whole video on my Emily Ley up. You can look that up if you want to see details. The main difference is, I would say, the weekly layout of Emily Ley's versus theirs. Personally, I like their weekly layout better. I told you in my video, I have a whole video about this. Her weekly layout did not work for me. Then the calendars, which mine are all written in here in the monthly calendars, but the way they look. InkWELL is much, much more minimal. So you can see this. And it's also bigger. And I would say Emily Ley has no goals. Nothing laid out and no notes pages in between months here. So they are completely different. The only same thing is a bound book. I love the bound book feel. I told you that I kind of fell in love with this because it's so easy to throw in your bag or your car with you. So I like this planner and the focus on goals. I mean, if I was picking between these 2 bound books, I would definitely pick this one because I tried the Emily Ley and it didn't work for me. So I think this is a planner that is not as well known as many that I have reviewed, but it's definitely one worth taking a look at. So check out InkWELL. Go to their site. You can check them out more. They offer many other stationery products too. Love the rounded corners. And I did tell you I was going to do a pen test in here for you. So let's go into January because I try to do this before my videos, but I forgot. This is my Sharpie pen. And it's just a fine Sharpie pen. This is my Pilot Precise V5. And then we have Le Pen, which a lot of people like to use, which is not my favorite because I feel it wears out really fast. So that's the way they look. And if you can see in the back, there's, of course, no bleed through, and there's very little ghosting. Very little. I knew that paper would be like this because it feels like some of my others that are like this. There's very little ghosting. I feel they have used a really good paper. I do. I would tell you. Emily Ley shows through a lot more. So there is some ghosting, but very, very little. The only paper I've ever tested that has no ghosting is InkWELL. So it's very normal and very little, very minimal ghosting on those popular pens. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed my review. Follow me on Instagram at Amanda's Favorites because if I ever do any planner giveaways, I'm pretty sure it will be on there. Like, subscribe. Thanks for joining me and have a great day, guys.